If you're learning MMA or any martial art, you probably already know that what you practice in training doesn't always work the same in a street fight. Now, halfway through this video, you might start feeling pumped, thinking, yeah, I could probably take someone down with one punch. But hold on, watch the whole thing first. You might just change your mind by the end. So, if you're into MMA, you know it's not just one martial art, it's actually a blend of several different styles. But here's the thing, in actual tournaments, only a handful of martial arts are used consistently, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and Judo. Even though MMA is technically a mix, most fighters master one primary style so well that they don't rely on learning every technique out there. Take Royce Gracie, for instance. Back in his day, he was one of the best BJJ practitioners around. BJJ is focused on ground control, submissions, and grappling, critical tools in a fight. Another example is Maya, known for his unique MMA style. He focuses almost exclusively on grappling, with minimal striking. His approach is to get opponents to the ground, use his jiu-jitsu to gain control, and work toward a submission. Wrestling is one of the go-to styles in MMA. It gives fighters solid tools like double leg and single leg takedowns, which are super effective for bringing opponents to the ground and gaining control. Once on the ground, wrestlers use their techniques to keep opponents pinned down, control the top position, and shut down any attempts at offense. They're also great at dishing out damage with skills like ground and pound while staying in a dominant spot. Some of the best MMA fighters known for using wrestling effectively include Henry Cejudo and Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib especially stands out as one of MMA's most famous wrestlers. His intense grappling pressure helped him take control of fights by wearing opponents down, with relentless takedowns, smothering ground control, and non-stop ground and pound. Now, let's talk about striking. Fighters rely a lot on boxing, Muay Thai, and kickboxing to dominate in this area. In boxing, you get footwork and head movement, which help you dodge your opponent's strikes. Plus, moves like the jab and cross are key for counterattacks. In kickboxing, fighters can use their legs for strikes, like the roundhouse kick and front kick. The big advantage? You can create powerful combinations of punches and kicks that pack a serious punch, literally. And since we're talking about striking, we can't forget Muay Thai. Often called the most deadly of martial arts styles, includes kicks and punches. But what makes it especially dangerous are its knee and elbow strikes. If a fighter lands an elbow to the head or a well-placed kick to the liver, it can be game over for the opponent right there. In MMA, focusing on one or two core styles is essential because it allows fighters to develop expertise in specific techniques, giving them a competitive edge. Mastering a single style deeply, such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for ground control or Muay Thai for striking, helps fighters build a strong foundation, making them highly effective in that area. This focused approach is often more practical than spreading efforts across numerous styles, which can dilute skill development. In practice, most MMA fighters specialize in one or two complementary styles that play to their strengths or suit their fighting preferences. For instance, a wrestler with solid takedown skills might add Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to control opponents on the ground, or a boxer may adopt kickboxing to add lower body strikes. This focused mastery enables them to leverage their strengths effectively, while learning enough about other styles to defend against them, creating a balanced yet specialized skill set. So now let's talk about what you would do in a street fight if you were an MMA fighter. But let's keep it real. Maybe you're not exactly UFC level. First things first, you drop into a fighting stance. Now, whether you go with MMA, boxing, or Muay Thai, that's up to you. But you know the basics well enough to hold your ground. Here's the thing. Most people, when they throw that first punch, they usually go with a jab from their right hand, expecting it to land. But an MMA-trained person, they're ready. You could dodge that jab, counter with a left hook or an uppercut, if you've got that move down. But the smartest play? Create some distance. And if push comes to shove, hit them with a solid front kick to knock them back. Hopefully that sends them down. If you were suddenly taken down by someone grabbing your leg, here's how you'd likely respond with quick instinctive moves to regain control. Your first instinct would be to sprawl, pushing your hips back and dropping your weight onto the attacker. This stops them from dragging you further to the ground and disrupts their balance, putting you in a stronger position. If you do end up on the ground, you'd likely move into a guard position. By using your legs to control the attacker, you make it harder for them to move freely or take full control, keeping the situation manageable. While keeping control of the other person, you might look for a submission opportunity, like a choke or armbar, if it presents itself. Alternatively, you could use a sweep to reverse the position, putting you on top where you're in control. In most cases, you'd aim to get back on your feet quickly, Posting on an arm or shifting your weight to stand up would allow you to regain control, making it harder for the other person to capitalize on the takedown. Each of these moves is focused on staying in control and minimizing risk. You'd handle the situation calmly and practically. All right, here's the deal. As you probably know, techniques like grappling and submissions are amazing, but mainly for one-on-one fights. But what if you're suddenly up against multiple attackers? Well, hate to break it to you, but in that kind of situation, straight grappling won't really cut it. That's why a lot of MMA fighters throw in some Muay Thai to round out their skills. So, if you mix a bit of Thai boxing with your grappling, now that's a whole different story. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, take care.